break, there was a lot of news that went down while you were gone last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So unfortunately, a few Rob's buddies in the NBA are in a little bit of heat this week. You know, folks like myself, I've recently started sports betting here and there. There was a federal indictment that, and fuck you, Andrew. There was a federal indictment that came through, and now a few individuals in the NBA, including but not limited to Terry Rozier, assistant coach Damon Jones, and Portland's very own head coach Chauncey Billups are under a microscope for being involved in a couple different things. After reading through the indictment, it appears that Terry Rozier was involved with allegedly swaying odd favors with some of his peers and close loved ones who had put in some under bets on some of his games, and he was under a microscope for this shit 2 years ago. The FBI released a report saying that he was no longer under investigation. I think that was an old hidden switch on their part, just to make sure that he wasn't trying to cover his tracks. So now they got him for real. Chauncey Billups last week was arrested along with Terry and taken to the Justice Department. While leaving, Chauncey was wearing a Clutch Sports Group hoodie.
Dun, dun, dun.
I took a little note to that. So Rob, do you know what Chauncey, Damon, and Terry all have in common?
No.
They all have different connections to Clutch Sports.
wait. I think you cook it. Let me turn on the eye a little bit. Go ahead.
No, I'm not allowed to say this, but I think you can put two and two together. I have some friends who are pretty well connected, and there may or may not be another head coach that's light skinned that coaches in the Western Conference. That could potentially also be allegedly involved with this stuff. Chauncey, from what it appears to be, was involved with some illegal poker games that were more or less rigged, and he was the celebrity poker player that would draw folks in to come
point guard.
More or less, yes, within the game.
Did you hear how he cheated?
Yes, they have some crazy software, and there's mob connections here. I can't remember which family it was that he was involved with, but yeah, it's a lot going on. So how do you feel about this, Rob?
I was going through customs and it says breaking news. I just see a bald peanut head black man, Chauncey Billups. I said, Jesus. I was like, they got my nigga Chauncey. Man, watching that in a bar in the middle of like being in Canada, that was crazy. And I was like, damn, all this for some NBA, parlays. I'm just kind of like, I feel like Chauncey's made a lot of money during his tenure in the NBA, and I guess to really trick it off on just like sports gambling. But the crazier thing,
well, his wasn't necessarily parlays. His was more or less like, so you know how with most sports leagues, but let's say the NBA and NFL in particular, they'll release injury reports for players that aren't playing either the same day or maybe the night before. He instead, it's Wednesday today. Let's say the Blazers were playing Saturday. He tipped off some people within his network like, oh, okay, so Dame is going to rest Saturday, take the under for that game, or however you may adjust it. Like if he was playing, let's just say it was back in the day and CJ was still here, I might take the over on CJ's points that day because I know Dame isn't playing, so he's going to get more shots. So he was more or less doing insider trading along with the poker games. And then Terry's situation and Damon Jones' situation was kind of the same way. Terry's situation was, like I said, his family members allegedly were taking the unders on his points and other things, and he'd all of a sudden have a injury. And NBA Twitter has done a good job making compilation videos of plays where it was crazy.
The Rozier fake like that. If we were hooping, I saw you pass the ball, like I'd be like, nigga, why you lying like that?
Yeah.
I think for me, I kind of just get with, and maybe we could pull in RJ too, because I know he's a basketball head with this one. But it's just like, even still, right? Like, why? Like, even though it wasn't like fully always like parlays, but still like, why go to this length? Why to go I don't want to say cheating and all this other stuff. Why do this? Because, maybe there's a different way to amass the money that you're wanting.
I don't think it's necessarily on their part. I think it's more so. So we often get on athletes' ass sometimes for supporting too many people.
Yeah.
And they end up going broke. Okay, so instead of me giving, if you're my cousin, I'm in the NBA. Instead of me giving you $20,000, you may put $1,000 on my unders. There, you just made $3,500 today. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I could see that being a viable reason in terms of like why people do it.
Yeah,
and it really doesn't take much on somebody's part to make it happen.
Yeah, but also at the same time is, you got to be able to say no to people, no to family. And like, I would, help my family if I could. And I get it. Like we even like look at our own Congress when it comes to, they're allowed to have some, insider trading for what they do. And, Nancy Pelosi does this one thing. And then you look at her stock and it's doing another thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's just when you just look at the whole like situation. Yeah, could we like be nitpicking? But I don't know. It's just like you could always, I don't know, be better. Because like at least maybe I'm speaking for the Black community, where it's like I guess we hold our athletes to like the highest standard. I know our athletes aren't the true leaders, but they kind of are.
Yeah. But I mean, it's one of those things. Like I've never had that much money, so I don't know how I would handle it. Like,
we all know.
No, I mean, you said no. That is like you saying like just say no, but when you got 50 people asking you for X amount of dollars every week.
All right, watch this. Taylor, me $50.
I don't have fucking 30, 40 million sitting in my account right now.
I will. Okay, fair enough.
But if you needed $50, yes, I would.
Oh, thank you. Look at that.
I would spot you $50. Yes,
I appreciate that. I'll give you in like 2 years.
That will not happen.
That's what J. Cole did. I'm just messing. But I see where you're coming from, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. But how do you think what do you think is the resolution for this, RJ? Or how's this finish?
I think they'll find more people and kind of keep on going down, because didn't Kevin Garnett kind of shake away from this too? And Kevin Garnett was in it for a second. Yeah,
so he didn't participate from what I've read. He was at a game. I know him and Chauncey are extremely close. But yeah, it's a lot of names involved.
Can you imagine if he did? It's like an Uncut Gems sort of situation.
That would be fucking crazy. I think there is a larger fish here. No, his back suddenly is hurting. He's not playing for whatever reason, even though he shot. You ever play golf before?
No.
You ever play golf before? Right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of difficult playing golf for 36 holes with a fucked up back.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if this is just the tip too of like other sports, if that's gonna bust open too. If the NFL is gonna get busted into this, and then the MLB. I mean, I doubt the NHL or MLS, but who knows? Maybe they bust into that too.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see. Hopefully not. I think Chauncey's done though.
Super done.
Terry is probably done too.
No, it's super done. Yeah, they won't be playing. Yeah.
I just saw it too. Just close this out. The NCAA has approved for college athletes to participate in sports gambling. This could get very dicey. I'm sure there are stipulations on players not betting on themselves.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, what prevents a player from more or less doing this where, Or them
sharing information to their other teams across the nation, saying, "Hey, this player's going to be out today."
Yeah, you bet my unders, I'll bet yours.
Yeah,
sharing information.
The crazy thing about being back in that bar in Canada, because like before it was like literally a meme. I promise you, it said the exact same thing. They were talking about betting, and then the promotion of betting was literally right there.
Yeah.
It was literally like I saw that live.
To how ESPN pulled that shit.
I saw it live, and I literally was thinking that shit. I was like, so when you guys are saying that, it makes me think of that, where it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just like, it's just a tricky world.
But, keep in mind that the NBA might be rigged and just probably scale down my betting. But
Man, so it really is wrestling.
Yep. But commercial break.
Commercial break.
Be right back, yo.
Bye.
Back. So Rob, you about it?
Yep.
Yeah, so if you catch the reference, recently, my second home,